Anvesha and Devi Nandana to invoke the blessings of Goddess Saraswati.
He Sharade Ma, He Sharade Ma, He Sharade Ma, He Sharade Ma, अज्ञानता से हमें तार दे माँ, हे शारदे माँ, हे शारदे माँ, अज्ञानता से हमें तार दे माँ, हे शारदे माँ। मुनियों ने समझे, गुनियों ने जानी, वेदों की भाषा पुराणों की मानी। मुनियों ने समझे, गुनियों ने जानी, वेदों की भाषा पुराणों की बानी। हम भी तो समझे, हम भी तो जाने, हम भी तो समझे, हम भी तो जाने, विद्या का हमको वरदान दे माँ, हे शारदे माँ, हे शारदे माँ, अज्ञानता से हमें तार दे माँ, हे शारदे माँ।
I request all of you to kindly be seated. I request our chairperson, Board of Governors, to declare the convocation open.
भोपालस्थस्य भारतीय वैज्ञानिक शिक्षणान्वेषण संस्थानस्य अयं तृतीय दीक्षांतर समारंभः तेभ्यः स्नातकेभ्यः उपाधिप्रदानाय समायोजितः ये खलु उपाधियोग्याः प्रमाणिताः। अथायं तृतीय दीक्षांत समारंभ आरभ्यतु। This convocation of the Indian Institute of Science, Education and Research, Bhopal, has been called to confer degrees upon the candidates who have been certified to be worthy of receiving the same. I hereby declare the third convocation open.
I request the Chairperson Senate to read out the citation and present the recipient of the Doctor of Science honoris causa to the Chairperson BOG for the award of the said degree.
Dr. V.K. Saraswat is India's one of the most gifted scientists and an accomplished researcher. He is presently a member of the National Institute of Transforming India, Niti Aayog, and DAE Homi Bhabha Chair Professor at IIT Hyderabad. Having special expertise both in the areas of basic and applied sciences, spanning over 4 decades, Dr. Saraswat has made exemplary contributions in designing and developing indigenous missiles. Born at Gwalior on 25th May 1949, Dr. Saraswat completed his engineering from Gwalior, Masters of Engineering from IISER Bangalore, and obtained a PhD degree from the Osmania University, Hyderabad. He is a man with a vision, a rare and unique combination of being an innovator, an educationalist, and a scientist who has helped our nation in making an incredible mark in missile technology. Dr. Saraswat has served our country in various capacities. He was the Secretary, Department of Defense, Research and Development, Scientific Advisor to the Minister of Defense, Government of India, and Director General of DRDO, among several other positions held by him. He has been the chief architect in developing surface-to-surface missile Prithvi, Dhanush, and Prahar. Dr. Saraswat has been credited with the development of liquid propulsion rocket engines and has been instrumental in designing the ballistic missiles defense program. The interceptions of incoming target ballistic missiles at exo and endo atmospheres are a testimony to his dedicated efforts, which enabled India to join the elite group of nations that have the capability of developing BMD systems. The successful test firing of Agni 5, Shaurya, initial operational clearance for light combat aircraft Tejas, and induction of INS Arihant speak volumes about his scientific and technological acumen. He played a seminal role in designing missiles having nuclear capability with the different strike ranges and potent enough to reach any target shore. His leadership was the beacon of inspiration which enabled DRDO to reach newer milestones. The society has been largely benefited through various programs envisioned by him, like the solar-powered modular green shelters, biodigesters, AHAR, explosive detection kits, etc. As a true academician, Dr. Saraswat paved the way for the establishment of Research and Innovation Center at IIT Madras, millet an endeavor dedicated to training on science and technology to officers of Ministry of Defense, Kargil Indian Mountain Biomedical Research Center at Kyrgyzstan, the new International Airport and Aerospace SEZ at Hyderabad, and Advanced Combustion Research Centers at IISc Bangalore and IIT Madras. A recipient of the Padma Shri and Padma Bhushan Awards, Dr. Saraswat has been Chairman, Standing Council of NITs, President, and Aeronautical Societies of India, Fellow of various academies, Visiting Professor at Institutes of National Importance, etc. His contributions in developing indigenous missiles are globally recognized and are highly acclaimed. It is both an honor and privilege to confer upon Dr. Vijay Kumar Saraswat the degree of Doctor of Science honoris causa on this day, 1st of June 2015. I now request our chairperson, BOG, to present the Doctor of Science degree to Dr. Saraswat.
I request the guest of honor to kindly deliver the acceptance speech.
Very good afternoon. The Honorable Chairperson, Board of Governors, Shri Madhav Gadgilji, Chief Guest of today's convocation, Dr. Anil Kakodkarji, Director IISER, Dr. Vinod Singh, distinguished Senate members, distinguished faculty members, Registrar, distinguished guests. I suppose there should be some parents, my dear graduating students, ladies and gentlemen. I'm really honored and privileged to be present on this momentous occasion, the third convocation of Indian Institute of Science, Education and Research, Bhopal. I think this is my second time in the same hall. I also came here once to deliver a talk. So it's a great experience being among all of you. May I at the onset congratulate all the graduating students for achieving this major milestone in their life. I would also like to congratulate the parents who provided the most appropriate environment that motivated the students to achieve this milestone and excel in their pursuit to acquire knowledge. Certainly, the efforts made by the distinguished faculty of IISER in shaping their students has to be noted and acclaimed. And my heartiest congratulations to them for setting up highest standards of science education and research in the country. IISER community, IISER Board of Governors, IISER Senate have found me worthy of conferring Doctor of Science honorary causa. I accept this honor with humility and consider this as a recognition of the efforts made by large number of my colleague scientists, my technicians, my friends from the industries, and my distinguished academicians who enabled this team to achieve a few things in the area of defense, particularly in the area of missiles. I thank IISER for this unique step. Dear young friends, you are now entering into a phase in life where you will have large number of opportunities for using your acquired knowledge. Your knowledge of different disciplines in science and technology should enable our country to get transformed from a developing nation to a developed nation, particularly in the emerging scenario of science and technology for sustainable development. Over many decades, S&T has been responsible for providing comfort to humanity by and large in all aspects. But this progress has certainly ignored the health of planet Earth. That has resulted in adverse impact, which you are aware of, on environment, economy, and society as a whole. Global warming, diminishing resources, large divide between haves and have-nots, diminishing biodiversities, and the list is pretty long. So your focus has to be now on the development of science and technology for the world of 2050, which would require 6 major transformations. To note what United Nations has indicated, it's a transformation in energy revolution, facilitating a global energy transformation in which 80% reduction in carbon dioxide emissions should take place. Future food, a food system transformation to achieve more than 70% production increase through sustainable intensification. And that's why in India we say that we have to start the second green revolution. An urban planet, achieving sustainable urban living. And a rising billion population, adapting to the population transition from 6 billion to 9 billion in 2050. Protect and restore the biodiversity. Strengthen global governance through private-public partnership, particularly to make sure that you have inclusive growth. Now let's look at the urban effect as far as India is concerned. It is predicted that by 2050, India's urban population will constitute nearly half of country's total population, straining already the stressed infrastructure. Hence, there is need for improved urban planning. Electricity, water, transportation, food, well-being of the human beings, that is healthcare, education, infrastructure as a whole, need to be strengthened, and a science and technology intervention is required in each of these disciplines. It is estimated that in the next 25 years, most cities are likely to double in terms of size and more than double in terms of population and more than double in terms of area. Obviously, we need to take some drastic steps in our planning for the urban cities. I think government, our today's government, has really realized this as a major challenge. We call it grand challenge for India for the 21st century. And this has resulted in we announcing many programs, namely smart cities, Digital India, Swachh Bharat, Make in India, high-speed transportation, energy security through clean energy initiatives, non-renewable sources like solar, wind, bio, and of course nuclear, skill development to leverage the demographic dividend of 450 million youths like what are here today below the age of 2025. All these steps in this direction will lead to India's transformation and meeting the future challenges. Friends, we are already in the midst of the fifth innovation wave, which has been partly covering the digital